Hi, everybody, it's Ms. Salazar, and welcome to Science. So, we're going to be talking about plants, and we're going to be talking about literally everything about plants. So, let's see. Vocabulary words. It's important that you know this because it's going to help you understand more about plants. So, basic needs. Basic needs are the things that help a plant live and grow healthy. For example, water, air, and sunlight. So, water, air, and sunlight help a plant grow healthy. Now, nutrients is the food that helps the plants grow. So you have basic needs and you have nutrients. So remember, the nutrients are the food. It's the food that helps the plants grow, and then the basic needs are the other things that also help the plants grow. Now, here you have a plant's basic needs. You have water, air, and sunlight. Okay, so droopy plant. I think we've all seen droopy plants. So it is when a plant hangs down because it's dried out. So here you have two pictures of droopy plants. So this happens when a plant does not meet its basic needs. So when the plant is all droopy, it's tilted down, it's because it didn't meet its basic needs. Either it didn't have any water, it didn't have air, or it didn't have sunlight. So it wasn't meeting its basic needs in order to be healthy, and that's why you have droopy plants. Now, the roots. So you have two different kinds of roots, right? So here we have the deep roots. The roots are at the bottom of the soil, right? And then you have the roots that are on the surface. So you can basically step on them. So roots take in water and nutrients from the soil. When I'm talking about the soil, I'm talking about the ground, the dirt. So the roots, they take in water and nutrients from the soil. So it's basically like they're drinking from the ground. And without the roots, the plants could not get their basic needs. They need roots. Every plant every plant needs roots because without them they won't be able to survive. So think of it as the roots are kind of like the mouth, right? And they take in the water and the nutrients from the soil. Now, some plants have very deep roots, like very deep roots. And here you have an example. So you see that the plant is up here and then the roots are down here. These are deep roots, right? So some plants have very deep roots and others have roots that grow near the surface, like the plants in the pictures. So here you have a picture that the roots are on the surface. You can step on them. Now, some plants need long and deep roots to take in water that is found deep underground. So here you have a picture of some deep roots. And remember, some plants need long and deep roots to take in water that is found right, like very, very deep underground. So, very deep underground in the soil, that's where they take in the water and the soil in order to keep healthy. Now, here you have two different pictures. One is a stem and the other one is a leaf. You already know what a leaf looks like. Now, this is a stem. Este es el tallo, the stem, right? So you have the arrow pointing to the stem, and you have another arrow pointing to another stem. Photosynthesis. Now, this is actually very important because photosynthesis is basically the process in which the plant makes its own food, right? So, the plant makes its own food in order to be healthy and to grow. But she can't do it alone. She needs water, she needs air, and she needs sunlight in order to make her own food. So she absorbs water, air, and sunlight, and she's making her own food, and that's how she stays healthy. And also with the roots, it's going to help her drink that water from the soil. Now, plants make their own foods, right? And when they do that, they give off oxygen during this process. So, you guys see these blue bubbles? Those are oxygens. So, when they are making their own food, they're giving off oxygen. And oxygen helps us because we need to breathe, right? So, plants, they help us breathe because they help us give oxygen. So they actually give us oxygen. And this is why it's so, so important. This is why photosynthesis is so important. Okay, so this is going to be your assessment. Now listen, you're going to need a plant and you're going to need petroleum jelly or Vaseline, which is, the same thing. So you're going to choose a plant and you're going to spread petroleum jelly or Vaseline onto 3 of its leaves. You're going to leave it like that until it is time to turn in the assessment. As the days go by, you're going to write down what happens to the plant in the data table sheet, which is in LMS. But if you don't have this sheet, you can use your notebook instead. Now, over here, you have the due date. So the due date is going to be it's going to be between the day that I give you the assessment and the 21st, approximately. It really depends. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this, and you're going to be writing down your observations as the days go by. So when it is time to turn it in, you're going to send pictures of the plant and the table to LMS and PDF, and it's going to be worth 10 points. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, let me know, okay? And that's going to be it. That is going to be your assessment. Again, if you have any questions, let me know. Remember that you are putting Vaseline onto 3 of its leaves, only 3, okay? Bye, everybody.